There are games that challenge your reflexes. There are games that challenge your morality. And then there are games like Son of Rome. Games that challenge your sense of appreciation. Because Ryse isn't just about battles you fight on screen, it's about what remains long after the blood has dried and the Empire has fallen. Released in 2013 as an Xbox One launch title, Ryse Son of Rome was developed by Crytek, the studio behind Crysis, known for publishing visual fidelity beyond its time. And my god, even a decade later, Ryse still looks breathtaking. The gleam of sunlight on armor, the texture of Roman marble, the grit in a soldier's face. This is one of those rare games that refuses to age. It's like Crytek carved every frame from history itself. This is a game that I recently found and just decided to give it a chance, and I was blown away by it. So what I'm saying here is really, really legit about Ryse. To talk about the story of the game, you play a Roman soldier whose journey is both grand and deeply personal. His world is built on loyalty, discipline, and honor until everything he stands for is shattered. When his family is brutally murdered and his city burns, it's about a man who becomes his pain. Every sword swing, every march into battle, it's driven by rage, duty, and a desperate need for meaning in a world collapsing under its own corruption. Marius isn't the chosen one. He isn't blessed by fate. He's a product of Rome, magnificent and cruel in equal measure. The writing isn't perfect, but it's earnest. You can feel the weight of each betrayal, the sadness in each victory. It's tragic, it's cinematic, and it's beautiful in a way that so few games dare to be. And when we talk about its combat and the art of brutality, some call it repetitive, some say it's too simple, but I think they're missing something: the rhythm. Ryse isn't about endless combos or complicated systems, it's about timing. Every clash of steel, every perfectly executed strike feels like choreography, brutal, elegant, deliberate. Timing is everything in this game. If your timing is perfect, you're gonna win every single fight, even those tough ones. I've had that experience. You're not button mashing, you're performing a dance of death. And those executions, as cinematic as they are brutal, they capture the essence of Rome's power, majestic yet merciless. Yes, it can get repetitive after hours, but repetition here feels intentional. It mirrors the soldier's life, where every day he picks up his sword and his shield and he goes to battle. Discipline, routine, violence without end is a cycle Marius can't escape. And yet, amidst the blood and the chaos, there's a strange beauty in it. Like watching a tragedy unfold, like a Shakespearean drama. You know where it's going, but you can't look away. The world and the weight of the empire, the architecture, the policies, the sense of grandeur rotting from within, actually. This is an empire at its highest and its best height at its breaking point. The people cheer for glory while the world around them burns. You march through battlefields across Britannic forests, through the marble halls of power, and everywhere you go, you see the same truth. Empires fall, not because of enemies outside, but because of the greed and corruption within. Some examples that also follow you into the real life. You look around you. It's a message that feels hauntingly relevant today. We see that today in our daily lives. The tragedy of this game, though, for all its spectacle, Ryse is ultimately a tragedy. Not just the story of Marius Titus, but of Crytek itself. This was their magnum opus, a game that poured heart, art, and vision into every frame. But it launched to mixed reviews. Critics called it style over substance, sales underwhelmed, and just like the empire it portrayed, Ryse faded into legend, admired from afar but forgotten by time. And that's the part that hits hardest for me, because Ryse deserved more. It deserved a sequel, to refine, to evolve, to fulfill its potential. But instead, it's remained frozen in time, a reminder of what happens when ambition meets circumstances. And the reason why I'm saying it deserves a sequel is because I really enjoyed playing this game. It felt like one of those games I used to play when I was a kid. And I really just want to finish the story because that's what each act of this game pushes you to do. Want to finish the game. Still, even after all these years, I play it and I enjoy it. Not for the gameplay, not even for the story, but for the feeling, that sense of grandeur and legacy that you feel when you're fighting this Marius. You know, it makes you feel like you're an actual, like, soldier. Marius's journey may have ended, but Ryse Son of Rome still stands, like a momentum half buried in the sand. A relic of another era in gaming, one that dared to be cinematic, emotional, and unapologetically beautiful. So if you never played Ryse, I'd suggest you give it a chance. You might actually enjoy it. That's personally speaking, that's my opinion. Step into the armor of a soldier. Raise your shield. It reminded me of when I was a kid playing these story games for endless hours trying to finish just to see how the story ends. And because I really enjoy the gameplay and it's not too difficult to make me rethink my whole perspective on this game. But if you enjoyed this deep dive into Rise Son of Rome, please leave a like, share this video, and subscribe with the notification bell on so you know exactly when I'm dropping another video. And please let me know of your thoughts and if you've played this game, then your memories in the comment section. And for now, this is it. That's it that you're gonna get from me about this game. Signing out. This is Reaper. Peace.